On this episode, we got three movies that have been recently released. They are horror films, comedically as well. But are they any good? Or are we just constantly rehashing the same old stuff all the time? Let's take a look.
Let's fucking go.
Here I come. Here I come.
We will watch your career with great interest.
You are such a kid.
This is where the fun begins.
It's showtime.
And here we go.
Welcome into this episode of the Movie Geek Podcast. I'm your host, George T. And this is my quick review of three movies that recently come out. One by Amazon Prime, and the two others are in the theaters presently. All three have one thing in common: strong women leads. So, and obviously the heroine in these films is also a woman. Good. Now, are these movies carbon copies of other films? Yes. Are they funny? I don't know, because they're comedy horrors. I don't know. I I didn't find a lot of this funny, um, but I get what Hollywood has been doing with these kind of horror comedies. They're trying not to make horror movies completely horrifying and terrifying, um, but with a little bit of comedy involved, which is fine. Well, let's get into these three. We get Pretty Lethal, which was on Amazon Prime. They Will Kill You, and Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. Now, I had seen the first Ready or Not. I was not sure about how I felt about wanting to see this film. Sarah Michelle Gellar's in it, so I had to be invested. Why? Because I really like Sarah Michelle Gellar. I've always liked her. So I get to see it. So, all right, let's start with Pretty Lethal. So, this is by Amazon Prime, and it follows a group of ballerinas as they try to escape from a remote inn after their bus breaks down on the way to a dance competition. So you've got this opening salvo or show of ballerinas. Your lead ballerina slash badass is played by Maddie Ziegler. So she's one of these kind of free-spirited, tough girls who didn't grow up rich like the others, and so she, is debating on whether to quit or not. She's one of the best dancers in the group, but she's kind of outcasted because, again, she's kind of the outsider amongst the ballerina Richie rich girls. So they wind up going on this, trek to a dance competition. Bus breaks down. Their coach walks them into town, and there they find a hotel run by Uma Thurman, and that is where the horrifying stuff starts happening. Now, they are there, and there is there's Uma Thurman's gang, and then there's the Russian gang, and they kind of play off each other, so on. But the girls kind of get caught into the middle of this. So again, this is excluding, a hotel that's just kind of in the middle of nowhere, so it's kind of off the beaten path. So it's secluded. So the girls witness their coach gets shot in the face by one of the Russian mobster guy, which then spirals into now they're captured, thrown into the basement, and now they have to survive. Now, the lead girl's, um, you know, is that badass, and she's trying to get the other girls to kind of help out. And ultimately, I'm just going to skip through most of this, but we come to find out that Uma Thurman is a former ballerina who is trying to kill the Russian mob guy's father, and they're just kind of in that, and the girls are kind of caught in the middle of this, but they were also going to be killed off because they knew where this hotel was. So the 6 of these ballerinas survive and ultimately kill a whole bunch of bad guys and escape. That's basically it. It's not funny. It tries to be funny, but again, it's kind of eh. So I would say probably not a watch for me. I wouldn't recommend it. Then we get to They Will Kill You. Now, when I saw the preview for this movie, the preview, um, it was very Kill Bill-ish. So you see a lot of the over-the-top choreographed blood splatter everywhere, limbs flying everywhere. But that wasn't the worst part about it. Because again, if you like Kill Bill, this movie is okay. But when you finally find out what actually happens in this film, you're probably not going to want to. Zazie Beetz plays the lead role in this film. Heather Graham, Patricia Arquette, and Tom Felton are in this film. Patricia Arquette is the head of this New York high-rise. So a woman takes a job as a housekeeper in the high-rise in New York, unaware of the building's history of disappearances. She soon realizes the community is shrouded in mystery. So basically, Patricia Arquette welcomes this woman in. At the beginning, we see this woman separated from her sister when they were trying to rob a store. The sister winds up getting taken back by this foster father who they were trying to get away from. So she winds up taking this job at this high rise, but then is hunted. Heather Graham and Tom Felton lead this group led by Patricia Arquette and the rest of the residents there. But she has some combat training because she winds up killing them all. Or so she thought. Because they all regenerate. Yes, Tom Felton gets his head cut off. He winds up putting it back on, and nothing happened. The silliest thing I've ever seen. The reason why the woman was there in the first place is not to just be a maid for this place, but she was looking for her sister who wound up disappearing working there. She winds up finding her sister. She tries to help her to leave, but they come to find out that the leader has given her that immortality that they have by writing her name on the head of this evil boar's head that is hanging in a shrouded mystery room inside the hotel. So literally this movie is the lead character killing off people, but them regenerating. I mean, they blew the head off of Heather Graham. But because pieces were scattered all over the place, it was like the T-1000 in the Terminator 2 movie, where her eye just kind of follows around looking for the rest of her head. I cannot recommend this movie at all, period. Sorry to spoil the ending or this movie for you, but that is basically how. And again, that was a very quick summary of this movie. Regenerative people in a Kill Bill style movie that's outrageous with some of the kills and the regenerative stuff. Like, I just wanted to mention the Heather Graham one because, again, we followed her eye for like 5 or 10 minutes in this movie trying to find her rest of her face. Yeah. But finally, we're going to talk about Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. Okay, so I just recently saw this, obviously, because it just came out. So, Samara Weaving. Now, I will say, though, Samara Weaving seems to be very typecast in a lot of these new movies. She's got 2 horror films coming out this year. I believe she's about to give birth, too, so congratulations for doing all of these movies, probably while pregnant. But she seems to be very typecast in these type of horror films. She did Borderline. She's got a movie coming out, I think, a couple weeks, I think it is, that looks very much like Borderline. So, yeah, it's just, it's crazy that she just kind of keeps getting stuck in these type of films. Now, at times, you could easily get her confused with Margot Robbie. You really can. You kind of just forget when you're looking at the screen, you're like, is that Margot Robbie? Like, if you're looking really quickly, and then you're like, oh, it's Samara Weaving. So, so at the end of Ready or Not, she had survived the night till dawn. The in-laws all exploded. So we pick up with her on the steps of the mansion, and she is rolled into a hospital bed, but she is chained there because cops want to know what happened. There's blood everywhere. There's blood all over her. She has very little scratches on her that, and the blood on her dress is not hers. So they have a lot of questions. Meanwhile, Catherine Newton shows up at the hospital. She is the long lost sister of her character. They are not the best of sisters. Like, they have quite a little rivalry, so to speak, and they weren't the best of friends. So in this one, after surviving one deadly game, Grace and now her sister Faith must now outrun 4 rival families competing for a powerful throne. Winner takes all. So we have Sarah Michelle Gellar and Sean Hastoy as brother and sister in this film of her father's estate, which she was marrying into. They wind up killing the father, and now setting up the 4 rival families for the competition. 2 of the families are very inept, no doubt about it there. But those 2, the brother and sister, are really competing against one other family. But they're also competing against each other because the brother wants complete control, and the sister is aware of his desires but needs to take that ring and the power so that she can control him more. So obviously, again, um, you know, we got crazy action. We got horrible shooting. Nestor Carbonell is in this film, and he's got a sniper rifle, and he literally is shooting like Stormtrooper, uh, and he's swearing in his native language, and it's so bizarre. Um, but ultimately, um, the sisters, Samara and uh, Catherine's characters get separated out. They wind up being uh, forced to really defend themselves, and they get cornered, and um, Samara is having to. There's a bylaw that is set up by Elijah Wood, who is the leader of like the estate. He's like a lawyer, and so if she marries the brother, her sister can live, and she would be selling her soul to the devil. So this family now, um, we get a history of why the original family was, needing to hunt. So they wind up going down into this pitted area where we see Elijah Wood put on this um, mask and is now like a cult leader, but he's also like a priest as well. He's going to marry those two off, but she realizes that um, there's been a lot of things that have been said through this movie, like um, her now husband had said there's no uh, there's nothing in the bylaws about killing family, which he winds up killing his sister. So she winds up killing him, and then because now she wears the ring, she now has ultimate power. Now she can wield it and become pretty much immortal, and then have to be part of the hunt every year, or she does the best thing, spoiler alert, she winds up giving up that power and throwing the ring into a pit, where now there's about 5 minutes on the clock um, till dawn, where she would get her freedom for her and her sister. But that leaves the power of of this cult without a leader. And if there's no leader at the end of 5 minutes, nobody gets the power, and that's it. So everybody that's down there literally throws themselves in the pit. Some of them are dying on impact. Some of them are dying while they're trying to get this ring. Ultimately, nobody nobody winds up winning, and they all explode. And one of the sickest, combustible thing ever into out of a hole. Like, it's just that crazy. And that's basically it. So now I don't know if there'll be a third one. I hope there won't be. Maybe even a prequel third one. But I would just say, look, I didn't really think they really needed a second one. This one was fine. I mean, again, I'm not like gonna recommend this to anyone. I'd probably wait till streaming. The other two you can wait for streaming as well, but I don't think you should waste your time with either. Well, obviously, Pretty Lethal's on streaming now. It's free, but I don't think you should waste your time. Ready or Not 2, if you like the original one, you probably will like this one too. It's, like I said, it's not that bad, but it really didn't need to be done either. Just my opinion. If you've seen any of these movies, let me know what you think in the comments down below, or hit the like button, and whether you agree with me on these movies or not. So, all right, I have a bunch more stuff coming. I've got another 3-pack of movies that I'll put under watch or skip. Just spoiler, probably skip all three. But we'll see. Maybe I might change my mind what I'm doing. But I'll see you all at the movies.
You like that, baby? Let him know where I came from, yeah!
See you next time. Bye.
Waiting for you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Hasta la vista, baby.
That's all, folks.